Thank you for watching Why I Killed You TV. Please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share not only this particular YouTube channel, but this particular video as well. I would greatly appreciate it. We're going to be talking about Adan Manzano, who was only 27 years old. He was a sports reporter out of Telemundo, Kansas City. He was found dead in his Louisiana hotel room on February the 5th, 2025. He was there, supposedly, trying to cover the Super Bowl. An autopsy revealed that he died from positional asphyxiation after ingesting a lethal combination of alcohol and Xanax, which he had no prescriptions for. His blood alcohol content was 0.232, nearly 3 times the legal limit. Surveillance footage shows Manzano entering his hotel room with 48-year-old Danette Colbert, who left alone about an hour later. Colbert was later seen using Manzano's credit card at several stores. Police found Xanax in her home and charged her with second-degree murder and theft. Further investigation led to the arrest of 34-year-old Rickey White, who was charged with second-degree murder in May of 2025. Authorities allege that Colbert and White collaborated in a scheme to drug and rob victims, with text messages between them discussing the plans of what they were going to do with Manzano and the access of his financial information. The pair had a history of similar crimes across multiple jurisdictions. Let's run this clip.
From New Orleans in the death of a Kansas City reporter. One man is now charged with second-degree murder in the death of Adan Manzano. Police say Rickey White is an accomplice of Danette Colbert.
Colbert is also facing a second-degree murder charge. She's seen on surveillance video with Manzano at his hotel. Officers say she drugged him with the intention of stealing from him. He was found dead the day after she left his hotel room alone. Manzano was in town covering the Super Bowl for Telemundo KC. He was 27 years old.
Louisiana authorities have charged a second suspect with murder in connection to the death of television reporter Adan Manzano, who was found dead in his hotel room in Kenner on February 5, while covering the Super Bowl. The first suspect, Danette Colbert, was captured on security video leaving Manzano's room and has already been charged with second-degree murder and theft of his credit cards and cell phone. On Monday, Kenner police announced that 34-year-old Rickey White has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder as well. White had been apprehended in Florida in March on robbery and fraud charges related to Manzano's death before being extradited to Louisiana. Investigators believe White and Colbert were working together, as indicated by their communication patterns. White's attorney, Kevin Bashia, expressed skepticism about the murder charge, claiming he had not been informed prior to media inquiries, and asserting that no evidence had been presented to demonstrate White's presence in New Orleans at the time of Manzano's death. An autopsy revealed that Manzano, a reporter for Telemundo in Kansas City, died after ingesting a combination of alcohol and Xanax. Authorities confirmed that security footage depicted Manzano and Colbert entering his room together, with Colbert leaving alone about an hour later. Law enforcement reports indicate that Colbert used Manzano's credit card for purchases following his death, and Xanax was recovered from her home, despite medical records showing no prescriptions for the drug in Manzano's name.
Now to our breaking news. KNBC 9's Chris Ketz is here now tracking updates in the death of Kansas City reporter Adan Manzano.
And Chris, now a murder charge has been filed.
Yeah, it sure has. Danette Colbert is now facing a second-degree murder charge. Prosecutors in Jefferson Parish, Louisiana say she drugged Adan Manzano, who was in New Orleans in February covering the Super Bowl for Telemundo Kansas City and Tico Sports. Colbert was charged with fraud and theft after police found Manzano's credit card and cell phone where she lived. Detectives say drugs in his system contributed to his death, and for now there's no specific cause of death because of alcohol in his system. He was seen walking into his hotel with Colbert early on the morning of his death, and video then showing Colbert leaving the room by herself, and now police say she had an accomplice.
We have identified and arrested an accomplice of Danette Colbert, Rickey White, who's kind of a transient. His last known address was in Gretna. Officers had developed him as a suspect going through information and evidence of this case. He was a warrant was issued for him. He was found in Hollywood, Florida. Friday, he was taken into custody.
Now, she remains in jail, held without bond, the court arguing she was a danger to society. And as we have reported, she has a lengthy criminal history, including cases where she drugged and robbed men. Laura?
All right, Chris. And Manzano was 27 years old. He leaves behind his 2-year-old daughter.
Louisiana woman now facing charges in the death of a reporter who was covering the Super Bowl.
Adan Manzano, a sports reporter from Kansas City, was last seen with Danette Colbert before he was found dead in his hotel room in New Orleans last month. The two were seen together across the city several times that weekend, and surveillance video showed her at Manzano's hotel the morning of his death. New details were also released about how Manzano died.
Cause of death we have as the combined toxic effects of alprazolam, which is also known as Xanax, with ethanol, which is alcohol, along with what's called positional asphyxia. The positional asphyxia means that he was found face down in a pillow.
Colbert was previously charged with property crimes after police found Manzano's cell phone and credit card in her home. She's now been charged with second-degree murder.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.